this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support resistance, pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Sunday the 20th of June. Jump straight into Bitcoin against US dollar, looking at hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin move back through the pivot at 35,612 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 36,405. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market, however, for Bitcoin to break back through to 36,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level in yesterday's high at 36,447 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 38,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 37,240. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 34,777 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 34,000 levels. Second major support level sits at 33,984. Looking at the MACDs, we had a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms through late yesterday, so look out for a bearish cross early this morning. On the EMAs, also a bearish signal with the 50 EMA continuing to pull back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to move back through the pivot at 35,612 and back through to 36,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play. Across to Ethereum against US dollar, also bearish. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 2202 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2240. Plenty of support is going to be needed, however, for Ethereum to break back through to 2200 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 2279 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 2400 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2318. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 2125 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 2000 levels. Second major support level at 2086 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day following yesterday's late bearish cross, supporting this pull down from yesterday's highs. On the EMAs, also bearish with the 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So failure to move through the pivot at 2202 would leave support levels in play on the day. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 155 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 158. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from 155 levels, however, so barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 160.88 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin target 165 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 164. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 150 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid some 145 levels. Second major support level at 147 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, a marked widening of the bearish histograms following yesterday's late bearish cross, supporting this downward trend from late yesterday. On the EMAs, also a bearish signal with the 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So failure to move through the pivot at 155 would leave support levels in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, particularly bearish start to the day. Going to see Ripple's XRP move back through the first major support level at 0.7426 and through the pivot at 0.7740 to bring the first major resistance level at 0.7919 into play. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market, however, for Ripple's XRP to break out from that pivot at 0.7740. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 0.80527 to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rebound, should see Ripple's XRP target the second major resistance level at 0.8232 before any pullback. Failure to move back through the first major support level would bring the second major support level at 0.7247 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.70 levels, however. Looking at the MACDs, we have a marked widening of the bearish histogram at the turn of the day, coming off back of this late sell-off and through this morning. On the EMAs, also a bearish signal with the 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So need to see Ripple's XRP move back through the first major support level at 7426 and through the pivot at 0.7740 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will remain in play on the day.